Hello everybody, this is Jason S. Smith and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about something that was really cool and I hope you find it cool too. It is the new podcast that just dropped yesterday, which is Tuesday, about, I call it the Call to Adventure. So this is really something interesting I've been exploring lately. I've been telling stories since I was a little kid. I used to write novels on a piece of paper with a pen. My first novel was written on those big yellow legal pads. Have you ever seen those? Huge legal yellow pads, and written in red pen, because my dad is a fiend for red and blue felt tipped pens. Like that, he does everything in those pens, and he still does. So I wrote this, and it was just pages and pages. And sadly, my mother threw that away. Kind of sucks. But recently I've been talking to a lot of people around me, and one of the things that's been coming up to me over and over again is this cool piece where I've been recognizing how much I love stories. Now, if you know and have been listening to the podcast, you'll know that recently I mentioned The Cult of Yex, which is a series of stories I've written with Parker C. Garlitz, a friend from high school, and we've been friends for 30 years, and we've written a fantasy series. I've got a whole bunch of novels I've written. Now, I haven't written as much lately, and lately as I turned my focus onto coaching, and I've been feeling out to the universe on what I was really meant to do, I still love stories. But I've been into coaching more. But recently, this conversation has come up, and I've been starting to think, hey, wait a minute. Storytelling is such an essential part of the human condition, such an essential part. And I love it. I love telling good stories. I'm really into triumphant endings. I love pieces that come together. I love patterns. And that's the way I see my life, and that's the way I see your life. I see things coming together. And so one of the key components of any story is the call to adventure. Now, my friends have been saying, hey, everything you do with Shades of Intimacy, Modern Day Warrior, Elemental Feminine, all this coaching with Wake Up Warrior, it's really about story. It's really about each person's individual life, their journey, where they're going in life, this journey to something more. And if you think about it, you're really on a journey to something more, and so am I. So this new podcast is called The Call to Adventure. And in it, I have a moment with my friend, Wade Lake. So he and I've been working with him for probably 4 years now. Anyways, before we talk about, and we will eventually talk about his work with me within Shades of Intimacy and where he was in his life, that Shades of Intimacy was the vehicle for change for him. Way before that, he made a very, very key decision in his life. There was a moment when he was in his pit. He was down in the pain and things were not good. And he's going to tell you all about it in this episode. And it's really, really cool. It's emotional, it's vulnerable, and it's strong. And I really, really want to say to Wade, what you did coming on and being so strong for everyone to hear is going to help people in this world. It's going to help people because they're going to see themselves in you, Wade. They're going to see themselves in the pit and they say, hey, he did it. He went into the wilderness. He heeded the call to adventure. He put his family first. They're going to gain strength from that. I gained strength from it. I've done the same thing in my life. You guys have heard my story on the podcast or maybe here on Facebook or in the blog. But what is really important here is that we recognize ourselves in other people's stories. And we know that we see that we've been in those pits too, and that we can get out of them. So if you want to hear a little bit about an adventure, a story with a very, very happy ending, though it was a dark pit, a dark, dark beginning, then tune into the podcast. You can find it on Stitcher, you can find it on Google Play, you can find it on Spotify, and you can find it on iTunes. Hey, there's one fifth place you can find it, and that's the Shades of Intimacy website. And if you want to stay in touch with us, go to the Shades of Intimacy website, give us your email, and you will be tuned into the 7-day free intimacy challenge. How about that?